shake his hand for floating me off the fucking plane. I want to shake. That's all I want to do. All I want to do. You stupid son of a bitch.
You know what's sus is socks with the gang, dude.
Definitely
Like
heard him
just
run.
like socking it with the boys is a funny. It's a good time, dude.
Yeah, I wish this room wasn't carpet and
the carpet
clean more, 'cause-
yeah, carpet's sick, dude. I wish I had a carpet like this. Reminds me of
yeah,
like
it's sick until it gets flooded.
yeah. It
Yeah.
reminds me of old times with the boys, cause like my
Yeah.
apartment's shitty and we ain't got it like this. So this is a good time. This is
Yeah.
good vibes.
Feels like a home.
Yeah.
Your apartment's so weird, man. It's just 4 people crammed into this spot, and like everybody's got a tiny room.
All right. I
Such a
want to
strange
sleep.
thing.
This is a carpet you could
You
sleep
live
on.
life
though.
the LA way.
I
though.
would sleep on this.
We've
carpet.
had friends
Yeah.
that were like, "This is a pull-out couch," and then they just sleep
They're
on
like,
the floor.
dude, the
Carpet's
carpet's
nice.
comfy.
This carpet's nice, to be honest.
Yeah.
It is fluffy.
It's got some good padding to it.
Yeah.
the best
Paddington.
carpet around.
Your carpet is just a little teddy bear. It's just
Yeah.
Paddington.
Just wandering
is.
around London.
Just wandering around.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we should put this in this guy's apartment.
Can you believe that like people wanted a third Paddington movie more than this Timothy Chalamet Wonka movie?
Don't be mad at me. I know I've heard great things. I haven't seen Paddington 1 or 2.
I haven't either.
I haven't either.
Even Rob, though. Rob watched it the other day because he gave into the hype and he was
Yeah.
like, yeah. How funny was riling up Rob last night, dude.
Riling him up. Oh yeah, dude.
He gets riled up so easily, and he will always deny that he's riled up.
he
but
back-
backtracks
what? Like-
so quickly.
like
he
mad?
backtracks immediately, and he'll do it
He was
with
like, "I don't think you were understanding what we were saying." I was like, "I think we were understanding too much of what you were saying."
we teased him about small thing. We teased him,
yeah.
about, and he like just started yeah. That's why Americans are just brainwashed. You know, they're just like closed-minded. It's just the American way of thinking. And I assure you, we weren't teasing him about an American way of thinking. It was just like
no,
we're having jokes.
pretty universal way of
Just
thinking.
throwing out some jokes.
I've never heard him get riled up.
It's hard. It's
He
hard.
wasn't like riled up,
No,
but
he's
he
not gonna
definitely was.
freak
He
out.
got defensive.
He got defensive, and he was sitting there when Rob's doing that thing. If he ever hears, he'd be mad. But when Rob's doing that thing where he's like, "Oh my God," he's refraining from saying something offensive.
Yeah.
He's refraining from being upset and saying something like that would hurt, that he thinks would hurt one of our feelings.
Yeah.
But it's what he's thinking, and oh man, that shit. That's why I was like, dude, you're stressed out right now. It's just perpetuating it because it's all fun and games.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not a need to be serious. Like. And he knows that deep down, but
No, and like we
he
were
felt
obviously
ganged up
just like,
on him
yeah,
probably
yeah.
because we were both like, "Oh yeah, is that how you feel?" But yeah, it was funny,
People should just fight.
huh?
Like if you ever like are
No,
like
you should never. No,
kind of
you
like
should never
saying
fight your
some shit
homies,
with your
though.
buddies, like just fucking knuckle up, dude.
You should
Like,
never fight your homies.
See, that was my mentality for like most of life, and that didn't work out too
I mean,
well.
How'd that-
that's
you
not
get-
true. You got to fight your homies sometime. I'm backtracking
Yeah.
to my own conversation over here, but
There was one time in Boulder.
Well, I felt a little out of that conversation, so I'm kind of trying to like
We're filling you
in. Yeah, yeah.
wheel it into my house where you know.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was supposed to be filling you in. That was the intention.
Okay.
There
sorry.
was one time in Boulder where I was showing like this really good weed I got to like a group of friends, and they were like, "Oh, looking at it, you know." And this one guy like grabbed it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this looks really good," and grabbed like a nug, and like Colorado is cheaper weed, but it's not cheap, and I'm not making money
You
in
had
college.
to have been drunk too when this happened.
I was under several substances, but he started chewing on the nug, and so I like put him in a headlock. And
You
I was
slap him. You slapped him, right? I think
No,
I know
no,
the
no.
story.
no. I put him in a headlock, and I was like acting like he was like a dog, like trying to like get something out, like you know, like when dogs eat like random shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what you chewing on?
Fix something real quick.
I like was like doing
What's
that.
he chewing on?
I was like doing that to him, like
You a good
very,
boy.
very easy, like much joking, and like had him in a light headlock where like within 5 seconds he was out, and then he punched
Slight
me in
flex.
the face and started stomping on my head.
Oh, you fell?
Like yeah, he knocked me over.
What a fucking...
Just because,
Yeah,
dude.
That is hilarious. That's such a hilarious situation to be in. But yeah, that sounds like your average
and then
Colorado
he
spaz.
felt so bad about it, and I was like, dude, I was joking. Like, and he wasn't like trying to kill me. I think if he was trying to kill me, he probably would have.
Wait, so he
He's like-
stomped your head?
Yeah, he was like
And he felt
jumping
bad.
on my head essentially.
How can I feel like that's kind of like
Such a spaz, dude.
Yeah.
you
No.
can't.
Colorado fucking airhead spazzes who just like take acid and fucking take whippets all day, and then like they're like, oh, peace, brother. Like, we're the new hippies, peace. And then the second you like say they can't have a whippet, they're like, fuck you, dude. It's like the most
just
insane
whip out a
shit.
knife.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna fucking
it's
cut you.
crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking people. They're like the people who claim the most. That's why I don't trust people who smile a lot. Because it's the same people who are obsessively something are usually the opposite.
Dude, I know.
It's exactly like
It's fucking sick,
This
dude.
guy.
Yeah.
He's sick. Fuck yeah.
Dude, a post stomp regret is pretty insane. Like, how are you gonna stomp someone's head in and be like, oh, dude,
getting
yo,
not in.
sorry
My
about
bad.
that.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Like,
Yeah.
a regret is like, oh, you accidentally elbow somebody like in basketball, or like, you know, like I think a stomp is a little
Jumping on
excessive
someone's head, yeah.
to
Yeah.
be like, dude, that's a little far, dude. My bad. That's
Yeah, he was like, I'm joking. I'm like, I'm dead. I'm
You
concussed.
should just been like,
Yeah, that.
went full on Joker, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
you want to play now?
I'm joking too.
Just start stabbing him. Like, yeah, it's great fun.
Yeah. Well, that's how people
Yo,
go to
sorry I
prison.
stabbed you back there, bro. That's like way
Yeah.
out of line.
That's
for
how
me,
people
bro.
go to prison for life.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's no joke. All right,
Let's
that's
talk
dead
about
serious.
prison. It's
I-
fucked up.
You know about prison? I don't know
Actually-
nothing about prison, dude.
Sorry, what?
I don't know nothing about prison. All I know, bro, is Edgewood, bro. I just know fucking
Edgewood.
Edge and Wood, dude. It's this documentary I watched the other day. It's fucking
Oh, yeah.
great.
It's about the
You have
U.S.
HBO?
prison system.
No. It's about this project. So yeah, it was like 2 nights ago I was watching this documentary. It was like about this project that took place at the same time as MK Ultra and what's it called? Fucking
Like the 60s?
Midnight Climax. Yeah, it was like the early 60s. And
Racism was not around at that time, right?
racism was hyped up at the time.
It was
dude.
a- it was-
Racism was like
I heard it was pretty
It
cool.
was slowing
Yeah.
down at that moment. though,
racism.
right?
No, it was the hype beasts were still on it at the time.
Okay.
But
fuck.
but yeah, no, mainly fucking government tests on psychological warfare was the main thing that was getting hyped up back then because clearly they had
Yeah.
all these different experiments going on. The CIA was doing MK Ultra. Another sector of government was doing this thing called Midnight Climax, where it was crazy. I didn't even get into this part, but like they talked about it briefly in the documentary. Where this,
I think I participate in that project
Yeah?
every day.
no, dude, do you know what it is for real?
I mean, my version of it or the real
No,
one?
the actual version that I'm talking
No,
about.
but if it's like MK Ultra, it's like,
It's a little bit different.
yeah. I wish MK Ultra
You know what
worked.
MK Ultra is?
I don't.
MK Ultra was like a thing where
The U.S. was like subjecting like people to hallucinogens, different like psychedelics, different forms of like whatever, like brain experiments to try to get people to essentially develop telekinesis. Like use that as a weapon against the Soviets.
Okay.
Because you know, like, have you
And
seen
did it work?
Stranger Things?
Yeah.
That's essentially the place where like 11's from
Mhm.
is built around MK Ultra. Like
And it's
the
a real thing
inspiration. It was,
in
yeah.
the 60s. Is that what?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And did it
They're
ever
trying-
work? Because this telekinesis shit, I saw some fucked up shit
I
last
know.
night.
well,
KGB aren't a real thing anymore, so.
KGB were doing telekineso.
Well, no, that's what we were trying to. We were doing that to try to stop the Soviets. And
Dude, we
the
must
Soviet
be doing
Union is
everything to
no
try and
more,
stop-
so
That's weird. So
might have worked.
eventually I'm gonna have to get back to Edgewood because
Yeah.
MK Ultra and fucking Midnight.
Oh, real
Climax
quick,
are
this
one
is
other thing.
Jagaloons. We got a guest, Marco.
Oh yeah,
You might have recognized him.
Marco's here with us
Yeah.
today. Welcome back, guys.
What
Welcome
up,
back.
But,
dude? Let's fucking go,
This is your
dude.
first time in this room, right?
It is, dude. This is
Yeah.
this
Is your
room
second
is like
episode?
what?
This is your second episode?
Second episode. This room is like my dream room. I'll say it again.
Even had Marco back even after he. Don't say it again. It's okay. You don't need to. We even had Marco back after he did not repost the first and did not promote the first episode at all. That he did. But it's okay.
Yes,
We
sir.
forgive and forget.
These guys got to pay me for my repost, bro. You think I
We
got?
don't pay
You
him
think this is
anything.
free promo, bro?
I'm pretty sure
He's
the
not
first
getting
time you
paid.
came on, you were like, I had not met you, and you were like, don't use my real name. You're like, no, my name's not. That's not my
Yeah.
name.
Well, I think it's a different little specter. I'm coming in here. I think I don't know. I'm going through a little transition in my life right now.
Yeah, I got a friend that would love you.
Nice.
Anyways.
So I've always done music, and I'm kind of like, I don't know where I'm at with the music thing. I think it's
By the way, I want to get back to Edgewood. But
Yeah,
please
we will,
continue.
we will.
Please continue.
great. Thank you. I don't know.
You
If,
fucking
I don't know if it's my way of expression at this moment. It
Music?
takes music. Yeah, you know a lot about music. It takes a lot out of you. It comes in waves, you know, and it's a lot of work. And right now, I'm just like, I let it come to me. So right now, I'm kind of in like a art comedy vibes kind of feel like spot. So it's kind of a weird transition to be like, oh, my name's Marco or Mark. You know what I mean? So it's.
Do you prefer to be called Mark? Or is that what you're telling us? You don't know what to be preferred?
I don't know what to be called right now.
What to be preferred.
Like my name is fucking Mark. Like
No, yeah. I mean, I usually call people by their first name. I just called you Marco previously on here because it's like your alias.
well,
but-
yeah. I think I
prefer
met
to
you
just
as
call you
Marco.
Mark. Yeah.
I met you as Marco.
Yeah.
I don't care what you call me. Just not a fucking bitch, or I'll fuck your ass up. Pause.
Here to here.
It's like,
Yeah, no, I feel it, man. It is. It's a depressing gig, especially when you're not successful. Like until you're.
damn, just call me not successful.
I'm not
It's-
successful.
Nah, I'm playing with you.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
It's just a hard. It's a long
I'm not
grind.
successful either. It's a long grind. You gotta have. You just have to have an intense amount of faith in yourself to the point that it's delusional.
Right.
And to wake up and do that every day. Everybody's human. Everybody eventually looks in the mirror and they're like, I am not that great. I'm still human. And it's like to bring yourself down that level and then try to bring yourself back up to the level that you can have confidence. You can be a standout person, a star, have star power, whatever. That shit is fucking. It's a racket, to be honest.
It is
It's a racket.
as fucked up as it is. It's like beautiful at the same time.
It's amazing.
And that's-
I wouldn't live my life. I cannot live my life any other way. I mean, I'm not trying to be a bitch or anything, but yeah, it's like it's just it sucks. That life sucks.
Yeah.
The life of like being a self-critical artist, it's not fun. Like it's great because if you do it right, at the end of the day, you get your recognition and life is fucking peaches and cream. But the build up feels longer than it actually is when you're looking backwards, you know, in the future.
Mhm.
It feels forever and it feels horrible. It feels gut wrenching. It's like the epitome of depression, even if it's not like clinical depression. It's what it comes off as. And yeah, it sucks, man. But
Yeah. I
but
mean,
are
all
you-
of art is like 20% dedication, 10% actual skill, and then 70% luck.
Yeah, I always think about this Jay-Z quote where he's like, you have to, if you really want to be successful, you have to believe in yourself before anyone else does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to do that is not an easy task. A lot of people struggle. I struggle with confidence, and I fucking love the music I make. I sit in my room and I could make songs every single day. And another fucking quote, Shane Gilly, one of our my podcast favorite, I guess. Shane Gilly was just talking about how, or I was not just talking about, I was watching an old podcast that he did for MSSP, and he was talking about during the pandemic how he couldn't do comedy and or couldn't do stand-up because
Right.
the clubs were closed. And it was fucking him up mentally because that was how he validated himself. It was how he did at stand-up that day. That night.
Yeah.
And it was like if he fucked up one night, he went to bed shitty at himself. If he did
Well, yeah.
great, he was the man. He was on
All the
top of the world.
stand-ups that I'd watch do podcasts like during the pandemic were like, dude, I'm just going around to my family like telling them jokes.
Yeah.
And they never laughed in the first place, and now
Yeah.
they're really not laughing because there's a global pandemic going on.
Yeah.
He's like, but I have to get it out.
Yeah.
I have to like do it.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even then, it's like you don't get the same satisfaction as like the crowd, like impressing strangers. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like I write every day. Half that, 90% of that shit's never gonna get made.
yeah.
You know?
I mean, as it should be until you get to the point where it's like you're so sure that what you have is the best possible thing you can do beyond even your recognition, and to even have that comprehension of like, this is the best I could do, or this is the best I'm capable of, or this is what other people have done, and I'm comparing it to that. I'm A being it, and mine lives up to it. It's
Mhm.
it's at least equal to it.
Yeah.
To have that sense of recognition and self-awareness is not easy. It takes time. And it's a fucking grind. And if it never pays off, the only thing you can do is kill yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I've thought about it myself.
That ain't
Like,
a
I
question.
gotta.
That ain't an option.
I'm definitely. If I become a 42-year-old man still pursuing music, I'm Cobaining immediately, dude.
Dude, no, dude.
As soon as
Oh, he was successful.
Huh?
He was successful at least.
Well,
Dude,
he had different reasons, but yeah.
Yeah.
it ain't an option. Suicide ain't an option. Fuck that shit.
Nah.
Yeah, no,
it's
I'm
fucking.
I'm too big of a bitch
Right,
to
it's
ever
not
do that.
suicide. It's unaliving, but
Ah.
no, dude. I mean, shoot, 42 years. If I'm 50,
Dude, but at
15
42,
years from now,
you're still vibing, bro. Like that vibe is priceless, bro. You can't pay for that. People without that desire or passion can't pay for that feeling of like being like, this is some cool shit, bro. Like I just made some cool shit. Even with writing, bro. Like people don't have that like feeling of like, oh, I just like wrote something funny as fuck, or like it's such a intrinsic
Yeah.
like value that is like it's priceless. And like that's what makes it worth it, of like all the bullshit where you're like, dude, like this sucks. I'm not getting paid for this shit. I'm like spending money doing it.
is it even good? Will people even like it? Am I a likable person? Am I charismatic? Do I have star
But that's
power?
also the thing.
Do
It's-
people care about me? Am I? It's like,
But
yeah.
it's those moments that you're alone making it that I think
Yeah.
make it all worth it.
I mean,
For me personally, like it's like holy, like
Ruben, like Tarantino, some of the biggest, most successful artists. They're like, I don't make shit for anybody else.
Yeah.
If I make something and I like it, that's all that matters.
mhm.
And if
Yeah.
people latch on to it and appreciate it and it sells, that's great.
Yeah.
But I'm not making art for other people.
That's
yeah,
a
no, and
recent.
I get that, but it also these guys, they're bullshitting. It's
No,
it's
they're-
also
But
kind
yeah,
of
they're
facts,
also
dude.
millionaires.
Who's
they're
bullshitting?
also they're
Yeah.
so Kurt. I mean, bring it back to Kurt. Kurt would like. I gotta scoot back over so it's not off.
Come
Kurt
over here,
would
bro.
practice forever, so when the time came to be in front of people, he could make it look effortless.
Yeah.
It's the same way Tarantino and Ruben are thinking. Like, I mean, at least Tarantino for sure is putting so much work into making it look effortless. That's the thing that people
Yeah,
get
but
caught
that's
up
what,
in.
it's practice. He made garbage at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean,
His
he's
first
made
short
so many
film
great
is
movies.
the worst. But his first feature was that he wrote and directed was Reservoir Dogs, which was
Wait, what's his short movie?
insane.
What's his first short film?
it's kind of like wiped. It's like My Best Friend's Birthday or something like that. It's kind of wiped away from like existence. I found
Yeah.
like a bootleg VHS copy of it. But
Dude,
Yeah.
shout out to like artists in like the like Roman times. Have you like those?
the Renaissance. Oh,
yeah, like
Renaissance is
those artists were probably
post-Romans.
like sick as fuck. Like, bro, they didn't have bills. Like, I feel like they didn't have bills to pay, bro. They had no debt. They didn't like have a job, bro. They were just like cruising these like sandy ass roads, just like painting and like. That's the other thing about
fucking
old
any
school.
guy that they could get
The
their
hell are you
hands on.
talking about?
Old school
Yeah.
artists, bro, they would be like painters, like musicians, poets, all at like once.
Well,
To where now it's like you have to be like, I'm a fucking rapper, dude. And then like you can't really like
Well, no,
blend
no,
the
what
lines.
you're leaving
Yeah.
out is these guys. The way they had their rent, or the way they got their this was through just like funding because of
Right.
they were scholars. They knew more than other people. They were capable of more. They were worth more to the government.
mm,
So they didn't have to worry about like, oh, I have this job, I pay my rent. They were like, yeah, I'm worth this much to the world. So they're gonna make sure I stay alive to help.
you know, that's like crazy because like when you say like, oh, I'm worth more to the world, they had such a smaller world to be worthy of. Does that make sense? Like,
But at the same time, no, because like
it's human nature.
You
Your
can-
world is always
today,
your immediate world's
you
the
can make
biggest.
music. We could still be in Indiana, or you could still be in Connecticut making music, and it could go to anybody in the world.
I know, but that's
And
why it's so much bigger
they-
now.
Yeah.
That's why
are-
it's so much bigger now. To
Right.
where, so that's why people can't be like, oh, this is my value because what I bring to the world is because the world is so fucking big now that like it's getting spread out to such a huge place to where your value is going to go down, to where in the fucking those times you're just this guy in like this one city.
There was also like millions of people rather than billions back then.
Okay,
So
that
it's
works too.
Less competitive as well.
Not just that,
Right.
but we live in a world where mediocreness is rewarded sometimes.
Yeah.
Not every time, but mediocrity is rewarded at times in this world. Back in the day, there was none of that.
Mm.
You couldn't be mediocre and get rewarded. You had to be a standout individual. You had
Yeah.
to.
Most of these artists, especially in like painting, all that stuff, sculptures, they weren't appreciated till hundreds of years after they were dead.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
He's
Pretty
not, obviously
crazy.
he's not Roman time, and he's way past Renaissance. But Van Gogh, Van Gogh was he's way past Renaissance.
No, he's Renaissance.
No, really? No,
You might.
No. He was past
No, yeah,
Renaissance.
he's like 1800.
Yeah. Van Gogh, because he would have done more than shit than just go crazy.
It's
and cut his
Van Gogh.
ear off. Van Gogh.
Van
fucking-
Gogh.
No one cared about him till after he was dead, and they were like,
Yeah.
"Damn, this guy was nuts."
Some people did. It kind of downplayed that
It's
he was
crazy.
like worthless, but yeah, not nearly as appreciated as he is now.
Do you know that? This is completely unrelated. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but just talking about like Renaissance era, and I don't even know if Beethoven is Renaissance era, to be honest.
I think
I'm
he's
kind of
younger.
lacking, but
Further back.
We could put it all pre-tech.
Beethoven.
Pre-slit.
You know, Beethoven started going what? What are you saying? Pre-tech, pre-slut.
What's up?
What did you just say a second ago?
Dude, I have no idea what I was just about to say. I have no recollection.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying Beethoven lost his hearing like halfway through his life. So he thought that if people knew he was making this music without being able to hear it, he thought that he would be like he thought it would diminish his like record, his legacy.
Wow.
Which is
That's the weirdest
crazy to me
thing.
because it's like nobody's coming
That's
up
the
to him and
dopest shit ever.
I know, but like you can make music, put it out there. You can do everything professionally and like get away with that, but it's like you're telling me after a concert nobody's coming up to him and he's like, "Huh?" like,
Dude.
they're like, "Dude, that was great. Like you killed that." And he's like, "No, no.
No, I'm not hungry right now.
No, I already ate. I already ate."
Thank you, though. That's like David Lynch in
Yeah.
Twin Peaks.
I
He's
don't
like,
think-
listen, Coop.
I know, yeah. That's a great character, by the way.
No, I think Beethoven was genuinely the first gifted hands, bro.
I mean,
He was the first gifted hands. You know gifted hands?
I
think you're disrespecting
It was just
gifted hands right now.
There's this
He's much
rapper-
more talented than Beethoven.
there's a rapper named Gifted Hands who has no arms.
He does. They're tiny.
No, he doesn't. They're barely arms. They're like little stubs.
Nubs, yeah. But he can do shit with them. He at least has something. It's not like
He can brush
completely
his
cut
teeth,
off
yeah.
at the shoulder.
He can brush his teeth.
Dude,
So
he's
if you're
just
not
brushing his teeth like this.
He kind of was at one point, I think, in the video.
Just necking the brush,
man.
dude.
Shout out to Gifted
Yeah,
Hands.
shout out to Gifted Hands.
So
He's
if
the
you're not
man.
making music,
Fucking man.
what's the next step? Like fecal sculptures?
Yeah. No, you said
Dude,
comedy, bro.
I got a bunch of shit in my closet that I'm just waiting on to use, dude. My
Reminds me
room-
of that
room-
sculpture.
Raw materials right
My
there.
roommates hate it, dude, but it's gonna be worth it, bro.
Is it like that sculpture that and what's her name? The girl from Hey Arnold. She makes of Arnold's head with like the meat. She makes-
Angelica? No, what's
no,
her
it's
face?
not Angelica. That's Rugrats.
I know.
Like it's some Russian name.
The chick, yeah. Olga?
It doesn't matter.
Olga
The name doesn't matter.
Pataski.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's
Olga?
Olga. It is Olga. Because she's a unibrow. She's definitely an Olga. I think
Dude.
that's what implanted that in our brains, by the way, because every time I see like a white woman with a unibrow, I just think her name's Olga. I'm like,
Well,
yeah.
wasn't the chicken dodgeball's name like Olga?
Mm.
It's always that, dude.
Yeah.
It's programming, dude.
It's a very strong
it's just-
female,
All the, like,
feminine name.
It's
all the hot
programmed American
girls-
thought, to be honest.
Yeah, we're all
just
programmed, man.
brainwashed into thinking,
If we lived in Russia, we'd think they're beautiful.
yeah, dude. If we lived anywhere else, we'd think they were beautiful
Yeah.
and overage.
And completely acceptable for relationships.
Sorry, what were you saying, dude?
I don't know, dude.
Oh man.
I did like his question of where he was like, "What are you doing now?" Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. We got back to we're going.
No, yeah,
We're
I'm,
all over the
I'm all
place
with
on
it,
this
but
thing.
I'm interested. I'm very interested. This is gonna sound maybe narcissistic, but I'm very interested in like the spot I am in life right now.
Yeah.
because it's like I feel like I'm becoming an adult, but like I still want to like keep these creative juices going. And it's a fun time. There's just like so many things going on, but I'm feeling a little bit different as like I don't know.
Yeah.
You're
I feel like you
transitioning.
guys will probably all feel it too. It's like we're
course.
all getting to
Yeah.
an age to where you feel a little different from, you know, high school and college to where now we're kind of like
The priorities are changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's
You're
like
like
kind of
Dan-
exciting, right? Like
I
a
think
little-
You're like
to be
Donald
honest, I'm
Glover
scared
going
of
from
it.
Community to Atlanta. He's like, been there, done that. I want to try some new shit.
yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm fucking terrified of it, dude.
Really?
I am terrified of it. Yeah, it's not fucking. It's not to be taken lightly.
Yeah.
The change of adjusting your priorities and what you care, and I mean,
I think
best
it's
case
like-
scenario, it happens naturally.
Yeah,
But
that
it-
is the goal.
But if you're sitting there thinking about how you forced it to change, that shit sucks.
Yeah, but I think you just need to change your mentality because it's exciting. Like you're realizing a lot of untapped potential.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
the sickest shit about growing up is self-realization, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's so dope to like learn stuff about yourself. Like to where you're like
Self-awareness, yeah.
it's like oh, I don't like when I smoke weed, I feel so shitty and like it sucks. So like I'm going to stop doing that or when I eat fast food, I feel like shit the next day. It's like just like little things like that where you like can calibrate your like
That's just being healthy.
body. Well, as
I
you
know
get
what you mean.
older, you
Yeah, yeah.
realize healthiness is
Yeah,
more
yeah.
important, you know, than
It's mental health. It's all new age shit, man.
You don't-
Mental
you
health
don't-
Shit.
You don't watch the show regularly, do you?
this show.
Yeah.
I've
It's all right. You don't.
I fell off the wagon a bit.
Yeah. So you never saw the episode where we showed the picture of me in high school?
No.
Yeah. It's good to grow up and to be like I shouldn't be living this way because I went through a big transition from high school to college and even college to now. But yeah,
Dude,
no,
all
it's
this-
an important
All
thing.
this transition talk in this episode is gonna have B Man and a Fritz.
He's like I'm a big fan of this episode.
I'm the biggest fan of this episode. We got a buddy who, he's a fan. He's a fan of the. He's a
Yeah,
fan of the teas.
that's me in high school.
Are we gonna pop this up on the camera, right?
Oh, we already
We
have,
have
but we
before.
can.
We
Yeah,
have before.
we can.
Oh,
again, I
okay.
guess.
Sorry.
It's just AJ. We showed him.
Okay.
AJ was a
Yeah.
heavy set young boy.
I was a bigger boy.
He was a heavy set. He was big.
The
bone.
boys dance.
Big
dude.
bone.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
boys dance.
Big bone.
Who's this guy next to you?
That's my stepdad.
That's the big
Yeah.
dog, dude.
Dude, shout out to the stepdads in this world,
That's
dude.
the big dog.
Because
right
they're
there,
just normal guys, just like trying to get puss and fall in love. But like to the kid, it's like, fuck you, dude. Like, you're
Yeah.
kind of trash.
Nah, it
I
wasn't.
mean,
in
I
this
grew up with
situation.
my stepdad.
Okay,
Like
hell yeah.
since I was like 2 years old.
He's
they
the
were
man,
married.
dude.
Yeah.
2 years
He's
old.
And my parents
Okay,
never
that's
got
y-
married.
That's young enough to
Yeah.
be like dad.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
You know.
No, he's the man.
I mean,
He's the dude.
yeah.
He's-
Okay.
Both my stepdad.
No disrespect to your man's dog.
He's not my man's, but yeah.
Yeah. Come on, man.
No.
Have some respect.
Your stepman's.
Yeah, there you go.
I know you're trying to say you have some respect, but have some respect, all right?
Alright, my baby.
All right, let's get back to podcasting. We're fucking around here.
I think we're doing good, dude. I
Yeah,
feel
we're
good.
We're fucking around here. Let me tell you boys about something about Edgewood, boy.
Edgewood, dude.
All right.
Do you
Okay,
think this thing
so
has
Let me just say,
structure, though?
we don't. Do you
So
know
do you
anything
think this
about?
thing has structure?
I'm trying, dude.
Do you know
I'm
anything
trying to
about
keep it
Edgewood?
together.
Huh?
Do you know anything about Edgewood?
About as much as I
Why-
know about
why
Midnight
are you asking
Climax.
him?
I'm just want to
I'm the
get
one
us
who's
all
about
on the
to
same
talk.
page to where I know nothing about Edgewood.
Yeah.
So your story
So shut the fuck
your
up and let me
story
talk about it, you stupid
better
prick.
be fucking good, dude.
It's not a story. I'm gonna fucking give a synopsis on something I watched. It was a true thing that happened.
All right, I'm
Yeah, I'm
fucking
excited to hear about it, but I am.
okay.
I don't deal with tales and fairies. I deal with absolutes.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying, lad? Get it in
Uh,
your fucking head.
Are you Irish?
Now
or
listen to me
Scouser?
speak.
You sound like a Yorkshire Terrier.
Both.
Yeah.
A little bit of both.
So you're
I'm an Irish boy who was raised by Irish parents in Liverpool.
Edgewood. Like that's not fucking
Alright, so
edging
this
a
guy-
dick to
check it out, this
completion.
guy-
So Edgewood to Midnight Climax.
Edgewood. No, forget about Midnight Climax. Forget about MK Ultra. I don't even know enough about that to talk about it. But this shit was about Edgewood. It's the.
I thought that was the
the
point.
title. No. Just listen, and you'll get the point. The title was.
Yo, I don't want to listen. I just want to glisten. Shine into the rays like a man with a fishing pole.
This is
All
why. This is why
Yeah,
he's.
stay to the fecal sculpture.
This is why he's quitting rap. This is why he hasn't been on since last time. It's fucking.
I
over
just
12
want to
weeks.
rap, bro. I just want to fucking rap. All right, bro. Edgewood. Edge my wood, dog.
I'm about to edge your wood. I'm trying to edge your wood. I'm trying to edge both you guys'
This
woods.
is the process, dude.
We're doing a
spell
meta sort of commentary on it because we're just edging the story a
Yeah,
lot.
exactly.
I don't
we're
think
doing
so.
you a
I
favor.
think it's completely destroying it. And by the time I explain it,
Let's
it'll
run
be
this.
worthless. But I'll take your guys' word for it. So this guy, this fella, Dr. Ketchum, not to be confused with Ash Ketchum, he's the father of him. He was running these experiments on volunteer American soldiers that were like testing like psychological chemicals, psycho warfare chemicals. I forget the actual term they used.
Jizz.
But they used all this shit. No, they used all this shit. Yeah, yes. They were just testing jizz on these guys. They were just fucking vaporizing jizz and putting it in a chamber with them. No, but this guy, it's like the whole thing is basically about how the U.S. government recruited Nazi scientists after the war to come and work on like psycho hallucinogenic chemicals. I forget the exact term they used, but they tested on over like 7,500 Army soldiers throughout the span of like this Edgewood location. It was like human testing, and they test like LSD, they test like weed, they tested all this, and they start the documentary starts. It's kind of annoying too because the name is terrible. It's like Dr. Delirium and the Edgewood. They try to like make it this big fun like carnival ride.
That's the title of the documentary.
That's the title of the documentary, and it's spearheaded by this lady who just like is trying to make it like a fucking Mythbusters. It's just like, no, just tell us, just show us the information. Get back to the footage. I don't want to hear you talk about it. I don't want to hear you talk about things you clearly already know, because that happens several times throughout the documentary. She's like talking with the veterans. She's like, this happened in this document? It's like, you know damn well that happened. Like, you're making a documentary on it. You didn't wait till
doing your
this
research
moment.
right now?
Yeah, exactly. She's not doing her research in the middle of the interview. So that part's annoying, but if you can get past that, it actually is pretty cool. Where it's like this guy was researching like weed first, and the guys are like, yeah, this is pretty fun. Like, I feel great. The Army soldiers.
Yeah.
And then they test LSD,
With
and
Bill
this guy,
Hader and Pineapple
you
Express.
know what it is? I looked it up, and there's no correlation, but it really did seem like that was inspired by the video footage of the Edgewood testings. But yeah. Yeah, it even is. I mean, yeah, it's old, so it's black and white. Like, it looks
Right, yeah.
identical. I thought it was. I looked it up, but they say there's no correlation. But I think it was inspired by it. But I digress. Yeah, they give these guys LSD, and they're like, "Oh, I'm like pretty confused right now." And then they're like, "Okay, this doctor's just a soulless freak." And
Like,
he's
this is not working.
yeah, the doctor's like a
Soulless.
soulless freak, and he's like, "All right, so
Sounds
this
like
is
the
not,
coolest guy in the world
this is
to me
not
right
working
now.
out. We got to crank it up." So they give him this other drug called BZ, and they give him like the maximum dosage, and these guys just start losing their fucking mind, and they're like, for like 2.5 days, they're losing their mind.
He's like, we're getting somewhere now.
Yeah, and excuse me,
Yo, bring that burp over here, dude. Blow that in
I'll
me.
fucking give it to you next
Blow
time.
that shit in my
I'll
nostrils.
do it next time. Yeah.
No.
So
You ain't like those burps, dog?
No.
all right, what did I leave off?
Is that your sculpting hand?
So the guys given like they
Let me
get to
get
this
some
point
poop,
where
though.
the Nazi scientists they recreate a gas chamber that was like in the concentration camps. They recreate a gas chamber. This is not a joke. I'm dead serious. They recreate. I mean, it is funny. It's hilarious.
Dude, I'm fucking.
To have not. So the best part is the Ketchum guy is like they weren't Nazis per se. They just did what they were told to.
But they built it before I even asked, so.
Yeah, they were just doing what he genuinely says. They were just doing what they were told to. Like, dude. I think they think the same thing. But anyways, yeah,
He's
they
like
come
the
over.
first
They
person
make
to
this,
say that, though.
they make the gas chamber, and and they create this weird gas. It's called like I might have been lost. There was a bunch of chemical gases, but they're just like a bunch of fucking psycho gases, whatever the fuck they want to call them. It's like E.2227 or some shit. And they just put these 3 guys in this room and start spraying it on them in like 27 seconds. They're allowed to leave though.
They just started what?
They in like 20 seconds they sprayed it on them, bro. It's gas, just spraying fucking gas on them, dude. I'm so sick-minded all the time. But they start spraying gas on them and they leave after like 27 seconds. Like one of the guys went blind for like 8 hours. That's the thing is like these older guys are talking about it and some of them are like talking as if like it honestly sounds like you just tripped acid. They were like, oh, it just gave me a sense of introspective thought. Like I call them intrusive thoughts. It's like, dude, you just gained an internal monologue. That's all you did. You tripped acid and it's like, it's not the end of the world.
I did that when I was 15,
yeah,
bud.
I did that when I was 15, dog. Get it together. That's not a big deal. And then there comes to this experiment where they're like, yeah, we trapped 4 guys in this room for as long as we possibly could. We gave one of them the most intense drug in the maximum amount that we could give him. We gave another one like LSD, like a bunch of milligrams of LSD. We gave another guy like a smaller drug. And then we gave one guy nothing, like a placebo. And the dude who gets the most intense drug loses his fucking mind for 2.5 days. Is like just can't do anything. He can't keep his train of thought for 1 millisecond.
Yeah.
Gets out of the trip. He's like fucking talking to the doctor. He's talking to the Ketchum guy, Dr. Ketchum, and he's like, yeah, like I felt this way till like Monday afternoon, this and that. And they're like talking all lightly about it. And they're like, this guy Zabrazanov or whatever his name is actually went home several months later and killed both him and his wife. And then the next scene is the Dr. Ketchum dude who's like, I actually think I did pretty well with the Edgewood experiments. He's like, I have some other regrets in life, but for that I did pretty good.
Yeah, no, it was
That's that on cam.
100% success rate in my opinion.
100%. He thought it was pure success. Yeah, it was crazy. It was just,
Dude,
it's a cool doc. I might have downplayed
that
it. That
Edgewood story was like a 6 out of 10, dude.
Thanks,
I'd
dude.
give it that, yeah.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
What am I supposed to leave with that?
You ever do any Edgewood experiments?
No.
Yeah, I bet you haven't. Yeah, shit was wild, dude. Just not Nazis. Nazis were helping the government make chemicals that were used on American
Well,
soldiers.
Nazis helped make
Yo,
the
but
atomic bomb too.
I didn't include it too. It was for the Vietnam War. They were working on a gas that basically subdued soldiers for the Vietnam War. So that was like the whole testing. And yeah, they were just in turn they were testing it on American soldiers, and they were writing it within their contracts so that it became top secret. It was top secret testing. So if you spoke out against it or spoke out about it or told anybody about it, you would basically be like within legal
It's treason.
penalty. Yeah. So it'd be treason. So you'd go to jail. But all these guys, 7,000 guys, had long-lasting mental effects that lasted till their death. Like that dude killed himself and his wife. Other guys couldn't see out of his left eye for life. Another guy was like,
Well, he didn't make it that far.
a
He
lot of these
made
guys
it,
were
like,
clearly
2
fucked
months.
up. Yeah, no, he was like a year. I think the Zabrovnov guy, the guy who gave the highest
It's
dosage,
still not that long.
he killed his wife and him after like 2 years. But yeah, and so later on, the government worked it in, so they sent him a contract where it's like, you. Oh yeah, no, that was the point. It wasn't later on. Initially, the contract has been set up, so basically they couldn't speak out against it because it was treason. But when they went to get like VA financial help, it wasn't on their record. So they couldn't be like, yeah, I was a part of this test and I have long-lasting mental effects. Therefore, I qualify for VA financial help because I'm disabled. I have a disability. And they couldn't even say like, yeah, I'm speaking out against it because this happened. Like there was no proof. There was no
Right.
proof they had been in these experiments. And if they told people that they had been in the experiments, they were committing treason.
Were they getting paid?
No. Well, they
No.
were getting paid a small amount for volunteering back in the day. But the amount that they should have gotten for compensation was later on as a veteran was like way higher than the number they were getting paid for volunteering. So they got tests done on them. Some of them had permanent effects. Some of them were fine.
They should have got dividends for their long-lasting effects. Like they should have got like a 2% like payment for the rest of their lives since it's so
You get a
long-lasting.
fraction of all LSD sales in America.
Yeah, that would have been sick. I don't know if how the government would work that out, but yeah, that would have been nice. I'm sure they would have taken that
The
off.
government's
Well, it's
the
like we
ones
pay you
selling all the
$1,000 to pay to take a drug that will affect you for the rest of your life. It's like kind of fucked up.
Well, I mean, it's like being in war. They were like, dude, the drugs they were testing on them were like the harshest drugs that could fuck up your brain the most, and they were
Are you
doing it like.
surprised that we have a sordid past in America?
Trying to hammer me.
Who
Either one. Oh, well, you, I guess.
sorted?
No,
What
it's-
does that mean?
Just like a not great.
No,
That America did something troubling.
I don't mind it.
It
I
doesn't
guess
surprise me at all. I just like
history
knowing the
happened.
deets.
Yeah.
I like knowing the gory deets.
It was like 100 years before.
I just
that.
want these vets to be paid rightly.
Sure.
Get their
Yeah.
families on the line. Let's call a lawsuit. Give these families 2% of this podcast.
This is actually an old
earnings.
documentary, so they probably already got paid out if they were going to get paid out at all.
Yeah.
So,
Or dead.
yeah, or they're dead. 'Cause COVID smoked the old folks, dude. Dude, so many old folks just got taken out. It's crazy. Like if you watch a
That was
documentary,
in
that
another
has-
documentary we watched in.
yeah, both of them. No,
Yeah.
any documentary you watch from like 2019 that
Yeah.
was released in like 2021, it'll just be like, yeah, that person's passed, gone with the wind. But yeah, no, I thought it was pretty crazy. The documentary was cool. I mean, like MK Ultra is like one thing. If you don't know about it, it's basically we talked about it earlier. But one of the main conspiracies about it is that it was used to try and make a what's that called? Type of soldier? Fucking
Super Soldier.
no, not super. Like it's like the type of soldier you can like they're you say a word and it triggers them. Like a sleeper
yeah,
soldier.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like the MK Ultra was used to like brainwash these people into being sleeper soldiers, and then like they hear a word, like they hear like the word admission, or someone says the word, and it like triggers them into being, or like they like say like John Cena 422257889, and like in their brain it triggers them, and they become like the greatest trained fucking.
I'm pretty sure there's an episode of Family Guy where they're sleeper agents and their phrase is gee, that black family over at the other table sure is quiet.
That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Have you seen the movie with Jesse Eisenberg though?
Yeah.
American Ultra.
American Ultra, yeah.
American Ultra's dope. Have you seen that?
No.
It's cool. It's a nice little movie. I was watching it the other month, but it's about
Kristen
MK Ultra.
Stewart, right?
Yeah, Kristen Stewart and
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg, and it's about MK Ultra tests. But that's cool. And then I didn't even talk about it. Midnight Climax. See, I don't know much about it, but I will say what they included in the doc is this was like a CIA operation where they would have like soldiers would go to a bar. They knew soldiers would go to this bar off base, and hookers were always at this bar because soldiers are trying to get laid. And the government would have these hookers who weren't actually hookers go to this bar, try to lure soldiers in by the numbers, by the masses, and then she would drug all of them, and then they would lose their mind, and then they would run tests on them without them knowing. Like one of the guys who had tests done on him at Edgewood, when he got his files back, like after like requesting his files numerous times from the government, he had a file that was talking about how he had gotten tested for a drug, and he had no recollection of it ever happening. Even the day it happened, like there was he knew what he did the day it happened, or he thought he knew that the day it was marked on the date. And it's like he knew that he was at this bar, and he remembered this girl was like lured in him and his friend, and then he woke up the next day and didn't remember what happened.
You got brain raped.
But that was,
Sounds like a good night to me.
I think he probably had a good time, but yeah,
Sure, I got some experiments
was all
wrong me in
secretive.
college.
It was all secretive, and both MK Ultra and fucking Midnight Climax or whatever. Yeah, Midnight Climax. Both those records got completely wiped by the people who ran the programs.
Damn.
The one.
So how do you know
Edgewood
about
experiments,
it? Just people who were in it?
There's still like some shit it's mostly redacted. Most of the government files are redacted, but there's enough to use context clues into figuring out like what was happening when. But there was basically an overarching point of this documentary I was watching was that at the same time in the early 60s, 3 different government organizations were using 3 different forms of psychochemical warfare, and testing it to try and like perfect a weapon for 3 different things, 3 different purposes. So it's like, yeah, and then they all got shut down at the same time.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's pretty
because they
wild
realized
shit.
like this isn't doing anything but fucking people up.
Yeah, and they were all testing on humans. It was these were all, you can only do it on humans because like with chemicals, it doesn't produce
They
the same
just like
reaction.
give it to a rat and it's like,
That reminds me.
yeah,
the rat
just
starts
a rat
fucking fist
dancing
pumping.
in the maze.
Dude, that reminds me of what it is. They gave a cat some weed, and it just like smoked this mouse in 10 seconds. And they gave the cat like 15 grams of LSD,
Holy
and it started
shit.
freaking out at the mouse,
Yeah, I
dude, trying
bet.
to run away from it in a small box. It thought the mouse was the scariest shit ever.
Whoa, we should watch that.
It was crazy.
I want to watch some cats taking LSD,
Dude, it was crazy. It's
just
crazy.
rolling around and shit.
I had never seen some shit like that, but it makes sense. I knew it was going to happen. As soon as they were showing it, they were like, yeah, we gave the cat, first we gave the cat weed, and then we gave the cat LSD, and it's fucking terrifying.
Did anybody fuck the cat?
Probably the rat.
Somebody should have fucked it.
Where
and
is
just-
your mind?
and see what happened
Where
when you
is
fucked the
your
cat.
mind? Where is your mind, dude?
Dude, I'm in the vibe, dog. That's where my mind is. Yeah.
Where is your mind? But anyways, yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. I might have, I'm trying to get better at describing these things, but I thought it was pretty funny. There's a lot of parts that are really funny. They're like, Dr. Ketchum, like, is this drug like gonna work? And he's like, oh yeah, it's gonna work. It's like an interview from like the 60s, and he's just giddy about how
So is
well it
this
destroys
drug like
people's brain.
around nowadays, or is it kind of just out of the?
So there's like nothing pleasurable about it. The drugs they were testing, like BZ and E322,
Dude,
E7 or whatever.
BZ.
Those 2 drugs, there's like nothing. They're worse than PCP. Like they have worse effects. than
They just
PCP.
make
It's
you
all
fucking
bad.
kill people.
No, you can't think. You can't contain a train of thought for longer than like 1 millisecond, like nanosecond. Like you can't think at all.
That's crazy.
There's no thought process. There's no process. It's just one thought and then a completely different thought and then what am I doing? And then it just fucks your brain for like 2.5 days if you inhale it.
Sounds nice.
It was crazy. Alright.
I'm a lot of days.
I gotta
I'm
go to the
like,
bathroom real quick.
want to
You go.
decompress.
I want to get some. Can you get some drinks? Oh, wrong way. I'll get some drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shake your hand.
I want to shake your
You
hand.
stupid son of a bitch. You know that video? I want to shake your hand. That's been the joke of the week.
Is that
dude.
you're not that guy, pal?
No, hey
pretty
Jake,
much
can
the
we
same
watch
guy.
it? Hey Jake, can we watch the video? Can you pull it up on the computer?
Yeah.
I want to shake your hand. I want to shake your hand. No, I want to shake his hand.
I want to shake his hand.
You stupid son of a bitch.
Is that the golf guy?
Nah,
He's on a plane.
he's on a plane, yeah.
Oh, that's so. He's gotta be white. No other guys.
Yeah, he's just trying to shake this Jewish guy's hand who he clearly offended.
Oh,
I
yeah,
want to shake his hand.
Look. How long is this?
Minute 30.
Okay. This guy's a legend.
Shake your hand. I'm gonna shake your hand. Shake your hand. I'm gonna shake your hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. Pull me off the fucking plane. I want to shake his hand.
Dude, this is what like
All I wanna
YouTubers do
All
nowadays.
I want to do. You stupid.
This guy should be. This guy should be a YouTuber.
Oh, dude, he's so good. You stupid son of a bitch.
YouTubers who are
I
like
want to shake his hand.
who do like fucked up pranks and be like, dude, why is he mad?
I want to shake his hand.
Bro's mad. I just keyed his car.
I hate that when the dudes are like, dude, why are you trying to fight me, bro? I just
Yeah, yeah.
slapped you in front of your girlfriend. Why are you trying to fight me?
Fucking idiot.
And they're like,
Fucking idiot.
dude, we're cool,
I've
bro.
never seen this one. You fucking idiot.
He's the fucking idiot. He's the fucking
He
idiot.
should be a voice actor, dude.
Yeah, he's great.
Talking about me or him?
This guy did.
I thought I did a pretty good impersonation of him.
You fucking idiot.
But he's got the he's just natty ripping
Yeah.
the voice.
It's not my voice. I am doing an impersonation. Yeah.
Right. He's still
He's still fucking grumbling.
Giving up. He's gonna be yelling the whole way out of the airplane, out of the airport.
All right.
Grumble gang.
All right. I guess we should probably get into.
Well, I have one thing to bring up. I just found out you're born in 97.
Yes.
We're all born in 97.
Yeah.
And I was like looking, and there are like years where it's like really good movies have come out. Like 2007, you had like The Dark Knight, No Country for Old Men.
Yeah. 97 was a good year for the UCL.
For the Champions League?
Mhm.
Dortmund won.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Awful
baby.
year.
The big dogs.
But
won.
dude,
They beat
97
Juventus.
had some heater movies that like, it's definitely not, I've looked it up. I thought 97 when I found it out was like,
Did you grab me a bev?
do you want a cider?
Yeah, I will. If it's okay.
I got hella celts over here, bro. Yo, let me know if you need some celts.
You got celts?
Hella celts.
Hella celts.
I brought some celts.
Take a cider. Fuck it. Thank you.
Nice.
Sorry to interrupt. Proceed.
But I was like, 97's got to be considered like the best year in movies, and it's not. Nobody considers it. But it might be then the most underrated like movie year ever. There's Titanic, Men in Black, Air Force One, Contact, Good Will Hunting, L.A. Confidential, The
Wicked
Game,
Smart.
Donnie Brasco,
Donnie Brasco.
Jackie
You ever
Brown.
seen Donnie Brasco?
Yeah.
Donnie Brasco. That's
Well, because
weird
I think when I was
pronunciation.
writing it down, it must have autocorrected to Bradford. I was like, what the fuck is Donnie Bradford?
Donnie Brasco.
Jackie Brown, Hercules.
Damn,
One of
Jackie
the
Brown
be-
was 97? That's crazy.
Yeah. Reservoir Dogs was like 90, 91. And then Pulp Fiction was
Yeah,
like 94.
I mean, Jackie Brown is intentionally supposed to look like a 70s movie, right? That's what the feeling is. The feeling is
no,
like
I think
70s.
it takes place in the 90s.
That's weird.
Boogie Nights, phenomenal. Liar Liar, the first
Yeah.
Austin Powers, Con Air, Face Off, great cage
Face
year.
Off. Great cage year, yeah.
Was
Was
the Austrian Funny Games, like the original Funny Games, came out in 97.
was Raising Arizona? Is that in 97?
No. I think Raising Arizona is like 93 or 94.
You know any of these movies we're talking about?
No, I was just about to say, you got to send me that
Fucking
list.
get your game
No,
up, brother.
87 is when Raising Arizona
Damn,
came
that's
out.
crazy. Cage.
You know
bro.
any of these movies?
No, I knew 4 or 5.
All right. That's good.
But I gotta
Have you
check-
seen Contact?
No, I don't.
Robert Zemeckis. The first movie he made.
Zemeckis, dude.
First movie he made after Forrest Gump.
Robert Zemeckis is the best name. I don't know. I just know.
Yeah,
I didn't even know
man.
if Zemeckis did Forrest Gump. I just knew Zemeckis did Back to the
He did,
Future.
yeah, Back to the Future.
You're a big Robert Zemeckis fan, right?
Love Robert
Yeah,
Zemeckis.
You kind of look like Robert Zemeckis.
Love Robert Zemeckis.
I don't even know what he looks like. Looks like that.
The movies I think about of my like growing up childhood that maybe you guys can understand or relate to as a 97er. Fucking Like Mike, dude. Stuart Little.
Sure.
Those are the two, like, I want to get posters and hang those up in my room.
You guys know who voiced Stuart Little?
No.
Jimmy Fallon. No, I'm just
No.
kidding. I'm joking.
He
I don't
looks
know.
like Stuart
I don't know,
Little.
though.
Yeah,
he
he
does.
just-
Jimmy
he is
Fallon
Stuart Little.
looks
Yeah.
like Stuart Little.
I know. That's why I said it. No, who did it though? Who did voice him?
Michael J. Fox. Speaking of Back
Really?
to the Future.
Huh.
Was that when he was already tweaking?
Physically, yeah.
He was off that tweaker shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I think so.
Michael J. Fox, dude. Just what if the government would just issue like, yeah, people with Parkinson's are actually just tweaking. If that was like a government statement, like PSA, like by the way, guys, people with Parkinson's, they're tweaking.
It's not real.
It's not real. They're just tweaking. These guys, they're
They're on
tweaking.
drugs.
Don't listen to them.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Jonathan Lipnicki?
I don't know who that is.
The kid in Stuart Little, the glasses kid that was in
Dude,
like,
Oh, yeah.
he's
early
in Like
90s.
Mike too.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
isn't like Mike.
I was thinking about it, I was like, oh dude, I love Like Mike and Stuart Little. And
He's
I was
fucking
like,
Bow
dude,
Wow's
this
token
fucking
white friend.
this
Yeah.
fucking kid is in both of them. Like, what's good with my like obsession with this
then he
little
just
white kid with glasses.
Disappeared into white ugliness.
He's
Did he?
probably getting residuals
so.
on tap, dog. He's just
Oh,
like
yeah, I mean, he's
chilling
set
in
for
Hawaii.
life.
That's what I would do.
Dude,
He was
there's
also,
a
he was
couple
also
of
in
those
Jerry
guys-
Maguire.
I've never seen Jerry Maguire.
Same.
There's a couple of those guys that just disappeared into white ugliness, dude. Like Macaulay Culkin was one of them.
For a minute.
Macaulay Culkin just disappeared into white ugliness.
I would do the same shit. Even now, if I were to make something like
You had a
crazy,
choice, brother. You ugly
talk to me in
bitch.
2 years.
You ugly bitch. You
Don't you think if you
stupid,
were to
ugly
blow up,
bitch.
if you were to blow,
Just invited you on the show to make fun of
yeah,
you.
hell yeah, dude. Yo, any guests out there, bro? This is the spot, dude. You get made fun of. If I were to blow up, I would fucking dip, dude.
What do you mean?
Like riffraff.
I think
I'm
your
blow
body
up and
parts would
act
dip.
like I don't know nobody.
I like, oh, dude. I mean, I'd keep my homies close.
Yeah, of course the homies, but
I
like,
keep my homies very. I always keep my homies close.
but I'm going to Hawaii. I'm going to Puerto Rico just to like kick it.
Yeah.
No, I'm stationary. I'm moving to another place where I want to live for a long time.
Hmm.
So I don't want to move around. I don't want to go to this place, visit this place, and pack up and leave to this place. I will. I mean, like I'll do shows.
I'm not moving all the time,
I'll
but
go
I'm
city
going
to
on
city.
hella vacations.
Yeah, I just want to pack up. I want to get a nice crib, and I want to make a studio there in the living room. Wake up.
Dude, I'd love to have
No
like
other
the
option.
ability to be like, I'm just gonna go live in rural Ireland for like 6 months.
Rural Ireland, hell yeah.
Be nice.
It's the best.
Where's your dream spot?
I don't really know. I just know that, to be honest, like probably Gatlin. I've never been to Gatlinburg, but I'd like to just set up a studio in a Tennessee in Gatlinburg, dead of winter.
Gatlinburg's sick,
Hmm.
but it's a little weird. But it's
What do you mean?
I mean, it's just
What you mean, Willis?
it's like one of the biggest tourist spots in the Midwest. So it's like
Right.
no disrespect to anybody, they're some of the worst people,
Yeah.
but
No, I know.
it's a fun spot, and it's
Yeah.
kind of trashy, honestly.
Yeah,
but
well, that's kind of. I like that. I like the
Yeah.
trash.
Dude,
I
you
like
know
the
what I
trash
love
town.
is fucking. Have you guys seen the documentaries of like NBA YoungBoy and his like the crazy? It's like he has a mansion in like the middle of like the woods.
No,
You never seen it?
I haven't
No.
seen it. I've seen clips. I think from the same documentary. It's like Vlad or someone, and he's like,
It's some white
they're
guy.
like, yeah, they're like, where? So what are you doing? He's like,
Yeah.
I just be in the room, just locked in, just 4 walls,
Dude,
it's like, dude, and they're like, what do you mean 4 walls? You're working on music? He's like, no, room, square room, 4 walls. It's like,
Dude, and they like riding.
okay.
They like ride horses and shit. It's like, but that's like very admirable to me. Like I wonder why a lot of rappers don't do that.
Do what? Make a documentary?
No, like
Ride horses?
no, yeah, like why not find a spot to where you're not like all up in the mix?
I mean, some people want to be.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, some people like that attention, going out to the club, all that shit, man. It's not for me. I'm not a clubman. I'm more so, yeah, drink at home by myself in my own room, and
I do like that. I like a nice bar though.
I don't like the bar.
Mm.
I love
I
a
like
bar.
Danny Boy because I would get free drinks
You
there.
know what I love more than a bar? A pub.
I don't
A
like pubs,
pub
dude.
is the sickest place.
I
on earth.
learned.
cool.
I learned I don't like pubs. They
You've
always
never
smell,
been to a real pub.
They smell
though.
like, well, maybe not in Ireland or the UK, but the pubs I've been to here are always just like dirty, wet. They always
Yeah,
smell like
because it's the
dirty,
American
wet.
version of pub.
Do Irish pubs not smell just more like dirty, wet?
No. No,
What
because
is
here
Smell
they
of rich
go.
mahogany.
Here people go, pubs are supposed to be wet, huh? And they just like toss water everywhere.
So, pubs are supposed to be dark and wet, like
Yeah.
a wet dog, huh? Yeah. That's what it
What's
smells
the
like.
one word you would describe a pub as? Soggy?
Soggy, yeah. I think pubs are genuinely soggy here. They're
Here,
not like that
yeah,
in
yeah.
Ireland or the UK.
You walk into a
No,
pub, you're
they're
like
where people go every single night.
Oh, you walk in the pub and you just
this
hear
pub.
fucking squishes each step on the floor.
Floor's pretty dry tonight, huh?
yeah, yeah. Floor's surprisingly dry tonight.
All right, Jesus, bro.
Yo,
The most moisture I've ever seen out of somebody's mouth.
Yeah, I'm a professional.
All right, let's get into pitches, huh?
Let's do it. Let's do some pitches. Pitches for the bitches. All right. You spill?
Holy fuck.
No, really, you spill?
No.
All right. Do you want to go first, Mister? I've had mine for months, or do you want us to go to first?
I'll rip it.
You know what'd be a good idea too?
I'll go, what?
You know what's coming out this weekend?
Huh.
Big old Dune 2.
Oh,
yeah.
I haven't seen the first one, and I saw
First
a
one's good.
preview for it, and I was like, that looks sick as fuck.
For the second one?
For the first.
Oh, yeah. It's dope. Yeah, do you like Star Wars and that kind of shit?
Not really.
Oh, then maybe you won't like it.
But it looks
You don't like
pretty good.
Star Wars?
Mm.
You never seen all the Star Wars? You've seen episode 1 through 6?
I like comedies, romantic comedies.
So you think you're a funny guy?
I'm funny as fuck.
There's some pretty funny incest stuff in the original Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay. We could work with that.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd like it. It's never
But
been like, oh, I gotta watch
I'm
it.
thinking,
No, before. Sorry, go ahead.
do we all have movies? Just like without giving anything away?
My pitch is a movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a movie.
Maybe because Dune 2 has a big old promotional thing with it where they have a popcorn bucket that's shaped like a
yeah, the flashlight.
giant, a flashlight essentially. Maybe we can come up with some cool ass promotional shit for our movie.
Okay, I like
I
that.
can try.
I love
Just
promotional
improv it.
shit.
We can try. I want to get into something real quick. You said comedy might be your next exploration. Are you writing jokes or doing open mics?
Dude, I got hella TikTok ideas. Or just like,
Like sketches?
yeah, just
Can
like,
we hear? Can we hear some?
is this the best platform for it?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
You have to tell someone eventually.
You're worried about 20 people seeing it?
I mean,
Yeah, not even.
Yeah, I thought about a funny ass one today, where it's like, my boss was like, "You guys should set reminders. Like, it's so helpful. Like, sometimes you forget about things. You like know it 1 second, but forget about the next. Blah blah blah. So that's what inspired. So like, it's this guy who just like realizes he could set reminders in his phone. And the first one is like pertaining to his job, like, hey Siri, remind me to take out the trash on Monday or something like that. And like it like goes through and it's like, okay. And then the next one's like, he's like realizes it like sets in that he could, set reminders, and then he just sets like insane reminders like, hey Siri, clean the poop out of the closet that you left there last weekend. And just
Yeah.
like
That
starts
Siri
like
left there?
Yeah.
listing off no, you as in the person.
Hey Siri, set a reminder to drain the pee out of the kitchen sink.
Yeah. Or like, let the neighbor out of the garage next year.
That's really funny.
Yeah,
if
that
you
could be good.
execute them like real quick, back to back to back to back to back,
Right.
that could be pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
It's not bad. You got another one for us?
Dude, I got hella thoughts.
Let's hear it. I was selling the frat guy skit to the lady. Oh, by the way, I'm getting good morning texts again.
You got a lady?
No reason.
Let's
no,
go.
I don't have a lady, but I'm getting good morning texts.
That's pretty
not trying
big,
to
dude.
flex. Not trying to like be really tough, big cool guy.
You're pretty dour about that
How'd
last
you
one.
meet her?
Dude, life goes on. You know what it is.
How'd you meet
You're
this?
like not getting good morning
No.
text.
No.
Never will get a good morning
Yeah,
text.
I'm probably never getting good morning text again. We're not
Good
doing that.
morning texts are petty as fuck though at points. If it's
He thinks it's the greatest thing in the world.
it's
No,
great,
I just
but
don't-
it's
what I
like
said is I don't think any man has ever had a bad day after getting a good morning text. I don't think it's. A
I
thing.
have. When you don't feel the good morning text, it doesn't mean anything.
Well, that's not a good morning text.
Have you ever
that's
gotten a petty good morning text? Because they hit hard.
Yeah, like if you get one that's like
Yeah.
no smiley face,
Yeah.
just good morning, period. Dude, get that bullshit out of my face.
Yeah,
You trying to make me kill myself?
exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think I read into text too much, but like I'll get just morning.
Is it a pun?
And I'm
You
like,
making
you-
a pun?
Huh?
You read into text too much?
Yeah. I'm just like, but if I just get morning, I'm like, the fuck did I do?
Right.
Yeah,
No
right.
matter
like-
who sends it, I'm like,
Mm.
Oh, dude, you see, if a girl sends me morning, bro, I'm like, what are you, County Jim and the Scarecrows? Get the fuck out of here, dude. County Jim and the Scarecrows is actually my country band. But yeah, what are you, County Jim? That's what
Let's talk about this relationship.
Good morning.
Let's talk about this lady you got.
No. We're not getting into that.
No.
No. But point being, yeah, I was running the frat boy. We have the skit that
Yeah.
AJ and I. You wrote it already, or
no, not yet.
we have a skit idea we came up with where it's like a bunch of frat bros drinking together. And they're like, Thompson, you're being a pussy, bro. Come take a shot. And everyone's like, yeah, dude, Thompson, stop being such a bitch. And then the biggest frat bro is like, yeah, Thompson, you're a fucking cutie pie, dude. And they're just like, what? And he's like, yeah, dude, Thompson is a fucking sweet cutie. And they're like, what are you talking
Dude, get
about?
that thick ass cake over here, Thompson.
Get that thick ass cake over here, you baby boy. Dude, this guy is such a sweet baby boy. And he's just like hurling all these like, these motherly nicknames at his homie, at his frat bro. And they're like, because frat bros always be like, they'll be like, oh, like, you're a pussy, bro. Like, oh, dude, he's a queef. You know what I mean? And then there's one of these guys just like, dude, you're such a fucking cute bitch. I'll fucking suck your dick, dude.
Nice.
He's dead serious.
You gotta find a big ass strong guy for that.
Oh, it would be a big fella.
Did you just flex when you said that? You're like,
Yo,
Yeah,
you guys should
find
find like some guy
Yeah.
who's ripped as
You gotta
fuck
find
for
someone
that.
huge for that role. I don't know who.
did we talk about yet how I was in a frat?
Yeah, I used to be in a frat. Yeah. All right. Anyways, we're running out of time. Let's go
Yeah,
pitches.
yeah.
I'll rip a pitch.
Rip a pitch,
Let's
baby.
do it.
You should rip a pitch, dude.
He's
You,
gonna.
you go ahead first.
You go first.
I'll rip a pitch. It's very, rough, but it's about this guy, this like teenager producer, and somehow he's getting messages through his beats that there's going to be an apocalypse and that the world is going to end. Like somehow these noises, like maybe like some kind of reversal or something, like
Yeah, so
where
he's creating subconscious subliminal messages
Yeah.
for himself.
like he's getting sent these like apocalypse messages.
Like,
and-
does he just wake up and he's like, oh, I don't remember making this beat. And he listens to it and he's like,
It is realistic, dude.
yeah.
You do oftentimes if you stay up late working on music, you'll wake up the next day and be like, what the fuck did I just make?
Mm.
And you'll have to listen to it again to be like, oh damn, I remember this all now, but excuse me, before I listened to it, I had no memory of what the fuck I made last night.
Mm.
Yeah. This guy's just getting fucking conspiracy messages, yeah?
He's just getting messages and they're coming out through the beats. And shit, man, from there, the world like does end or something. Or like there is like this apocalyptic kind of like moment.
Like his premonitions start coming true.
Mhm.
Yeah, like everything's he's like, oh, what the fuck? And then from there, I mean, it's for the writer's room, but
He's
like
Okay,
somehow,
gotta make more beats. I don't know what happens next.
yeah, somehow this producer is getting sent these like
yeah, that could
messages.
be good. No, he could have to keep making beats to find out how to get the answers to
Yeah.
fix everything. Yeah, he just has to keep making hot tracks.
And yeah, if the ending is like it is the like apocalypse or something like that, that could be the end. But if like you go like past that, like some big event happens and he realizes that he can like prophesize this shit,
Mm-hmm.
he could like create like a cult, like have like a following of people that are like, what's next?
Yeah.
Buddy.
And like in the scenes, you could play the music that's like
Yeah.
the world gonna end today.
Just all sounds like Benny X beats, dude. Just fucking telling the future.
Bitch, suck my dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a thought. I think it's
got a title?
deep rooted. 808s and heartbreaks. I don't know. I just thought of it
Yeah.
at the moment.
Horrible title.
Maybe
for a
like
movie.
808s and sunken
no
face.
808s. No 808s.
Like
That's already been done.
waves,
Yay, perfected 808s.
waves and graves.
No, bro. No.
Waves and
I
graves.
think
Are
you can do a lot better than that,
kidding?
brother. I think you can do a lot better than
That's fire. Waves and graves.
that. Nah.
That sounds more like an album than a movie title,
Waves and Graves sounds
but it rhymes.
like the worst mixtape ever created. Ever.
It does.
But yeah. I like that. I like the concept. I like the idea of like just a little DIY producer having control of whether the world survives or not. It's interesting. That's cool. I already got an idea for you too. The merchandise. I'm
Oh
gonna
right.
do your work for you. The merchandise is when you buy like like when you pre-order the tickets, you get a flash drive in the mail with one like specified beat, like a one of one beat that has like hidden messages in it.
Nice.
But it's just like a little fun. It's a little
Yeah,
more.
I think I got one to piggyback off of that.
Mhm.
You get like
Biggie
one of
bag.
those Biggie bag.
Yeah, I heard Biggie back too. For sure.
Like it's like a drum pad with like the like 8 or like 16, box.
4x4.
And like each like button is like, oh my god, or like my leg, or like the aliens, like apocalyptic shit. And like, yeah, dude, like I think this has some serious potential.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
idea was better, but I
I
appreciate,
like mine better, dude, but hell yeah.
appreciate your idea. I'll go next.
Perspectives are crazy. Shout out to humans.
Where's my phone? My phone's out here. I think.
Oh, dude, another nude? Fuck,
It's right
dude.
there. It's right there.
Dude,
By a computer.
fuck, dude, another nude. I'm gonna have to fucking start deleting
It's
my
annoying,
messages.
man.
Fuck, dude, I hate all these nudes in my phone, bro.
All right.
Like, stop sending them, dude. Fuck.
It's gay to get nudes.
So gay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting weird texts. But all right, I'll dive into mine.
The girl who's sending your good morning is just like, fuck you. I fucking hate
Nah.
you, you stupid
No.
bitch.
No. Never that. But
All right, cool,
I
cool,
never
cool.
came up with a title, by the way. Let me think for a second.
Hard
All
jump
right.
in.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
In January of 1962, a boy and his sister go missing in the town of Salem, Massachusetts. As the town goes through an all-out witch hunt, pandemonium ensues. The movie is called Salem. The Salem witch hunt, I don't know if you know, the trial started in February of 1692. So this is basically the first witch. And in the town, it may not be Salem. I just said Salem because it's easier to comprehend, but maybe another town on the East Coast, like settler era.
Portland.
Yeah, hey, yeah. And it's smaller town though. Like it's a small community. It's like a village almost. And the boy and his sister go missing after going out in the night in a rainy night. It's the first scene is they go and they're like creeping, like they're going through the forest and they find this hut. And they look through the creep hole. It's like a witch doing a spell, and they get captured. It goes into the intro scene. And the next scene is like the parents waking up, finding out their kids are gone. Throughout the movie, they start getting like clarity, like they're getting clues and stuff. That maybe there's like supernatural things afoot. They start to believe it's a witch. It's like a really religious community. So they start to believe it's a witch that took them. And then the witch. So after the beginning scene, the witch is basically never shown again until the end. But in the meantime,
But like we know
But
from
you know
the beginning
there's
scene that
something.
it is a witch.
there's something. It's something. Yeah, it's a woman. It has hair and it's something that's has powers. But you only see it in the intro scene. And the village goes throughout these trials and tribulations where they think that one of the sisters of the boy and girl, they think that she's the witch. It kind of fucked up because it's kind of like The Witch, even though the movie The Witch isn't like, it's not around the same era as the actual historical witch trials. But it basically is saying like maybe one of the sister or like the aunt of the boy and girl, or like the town becomes against her because they think she's the witch, but they can't prove it, but they're trying to prove it.
The girl that goes missing?
No. The aunt, the sister of the mother of the kids who go missing. People start to believe that she's the witch, and then other things are happening. People are going missing in the town. And basically, by the end of the movie, the entire town has burned itself down. It's like from the inside out.
You said it takes place in 1962.
1692.
This takes place in
1692.
February of 1692 is when the Salem witch trials
I'm
began.
Wow.
almost certain you said 1962.
Well, I meant to say 1692 if I fucked up. But yeah. So it takes place in January of 1692.
Okay.
So it's like before the witch trials
Yeah.
begun.
I think March would be a better time.
Well, the witch trials went from February to May, so
Oh, wow. Okay.
kind of would have put us already in the mix.
All right, so we are in the air.
We'll hit
We're
March.
pre-witch trials. We're pre-witch trials.
on this fucking.
Basically, by the end of the movie,
We'll touch on what's going on in March.
March, yeah,
Yeah.
and March. We'll talk about merch when we get there.
The best thing about The Witch, though, is that you don't know if there's actually anything supernatural going on until like the very end.
Well, no, in the
Spoilers for
beginning
Witch.
scene, the witch is crushing up the baby in the mortar and pestle.
Yeah, but we don't know if that's like her dealing with like this traumatic incident by like coming up with something. Like we don't get any like proof until the very end.
Well, I almost think it's
Or,
the
like,
same as what I just
justification.
described, where at the very beginning of the movie, the baby, Anya Taylor-Joy is playing with the baby, and the baby goes missing.
Yeah,
Sorry if you don't know what we're talking about, but it's another movie where it's kind of the similar plot, but it doesn't have to do with the actual Salem witch trials. It's just
But,
like a
like,
witch and Templar.
That's like we don't know if what we're seeing is skewed because of the narrator. Where it's like if we're the audience just seeing them get captured by something that's obviously supernatural, then it kind of gives away that it's definitely.
Do you think it's evident that the witch is smushing up the baby? And do you remember the
Huh?
scene?
Yeah, but like
Because
we
she's
don't.
smushing up, and you just hear.
I know.
It's like crunchy
But-
and mushy.
The whole thing is like her family doesn't believe her throughout the whole movie.
Right, but they stick the camera, the movie, the
I know, but like that's because we're only with Anya Taylor-Joy
Right,
and we
right.
know her side of the story. So we're like, maybe that's not true. Maybe she just came up with that to justify her being responsible for her brother's death.
See, I don't know. Maybe I just read into the movie or knew what was happening, but they showed that scene in the beginning, and like I knew obviously Anya Taylor-Joy wasn't the witch, like from the get go, because
No.
they show the witch like scurrying off. You know, they
Yeah.
show her like they show the actual witch scurrying off. But
But it's also supposed to be we're with one character, so we don't know
right.
if she's trustworthy in the story that is what happened.
Yeah. But that's also that's a fictional story, and it's not like the difference between the witch and my idea of Salem is like it's not. Mine is supposed to be pre-Salem witch trials,
Right.
like the first instance of whatever happened. And oh yeah, I was gonna say this. Another thing about Salem, the movie I'm talking about, my idea for this week is that you see the witch at the beginning because the kids are spying on them, and the kids get caught. Goes in the intro scene. And the rest of the movie is just basically panic ensuing throughout the village.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the movie, you show obviously that there is a witch, and it's just booling. It's just like
Yeah.
chilling in its cave or wherever it is. Just life goes on for it while this town is burning itself down from the inside out, trying to figure out what took these kids and who is to blame, and how they stop from being fucked up in the future by witchcraft. Yeah, it'd just be like a horror drama, horror thriller.
Right.
Yeah, that's Salem.
That's good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right.
A little witchy.
A little
but
witchy.
yeah.
A little witchy. Yeah.
Feel a little
Rob,
bewitched.
huh?
So I'm feeling a little bewitched, but
Yeah, I'll be witchy, bro. Rob was the one who was like, you should do like pre-Salem witch trials. And I was like, that's cool. And then I came up with like the actual plot of it.
right. But like, okay, so like, are you saying for your concept, we would know straight from the first scene that there is a witch?
Yes. It'd be these kids running in,
Because the whole
in the
point
rain.
of the Salem witch trials, like, why it's such an important part of
There's no
history is
witch.
because, yeah,
Yeah. No, and that's it. And to the general public, to the history books, still, by the time this town burns itself down, there still is no witch. There's no history. There's no proof. There's no evidence that there actually is a witch. But the camera, the movie itself is capturing the idea that there actually is a witch that killed the boy and girl.
right, which
But
is the witch.
It just shows how it's just mass hysteria. It's like a settler era effect of mass hysteria.
right.
Where like today it would be like you check your phone, everybody's checking their phone. It's like an Amber Alert. That's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like an Amber Alert in the settler era would fucking cause mass hysteria. Like, where is this fucking kid? Where'd it go? How does the kid go missing?
Mm.
But nowadays it's like, oh, there's a fucking kid just got kidnapped. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I thought it was an interesting thing because
Yeah.
there really is no like Salem movie. There's no movie about the Salem witch trials. It's like a
Not
horror.
really.
Yeah,
no.
Other
there
than the
should-
movie about the
There
the
should
beat.
be more, right?
I
That was a
think,
pretty
yeah.
big time. Like everyone knows about the Salem Witch Project.
Yeah.
Or-
Well, the project is the movie. That's like the
The Crucible
camcorder
is the
movie.
big one.
The
But yeah.
Crucible, yeah.
But, like,
it's about that.
Yeah, but it's
I gotta
a bit
peep
too
that.
dramatic. bit
Crucible
too-
is my name is my name. Is that or is that
I don't know.
John Hamm or whatever his name is?
Is he in the Crucible?
Not John Hamm. It's the guy's name. The character John Proctor. Crucible is
Oh,
John
yeah,
Proctor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's your marketing item?
I'd say
Your
it's
promotional selling item.
I'll say like
Like a child's blood slushy that's like
yeah, no, I was
flavored.
gonna say like a
7-Eleven.
child
Yeah.
It's
blood,
just like
a children's blood candle that is in a
Nice.
ceramic cauldron, like a little cauldron
ooh, nice.
holder.
You know, right off the bat, I was like, candle for a movie, but it kind of fits that story.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it smells like children's blood.
Yeah.
I'm
But
gonna
the
go
blood-
more gorilla.
We'll make it less vulgar. We just say youth blood. We'll say youthful blood. That's the smell of the candle. It's gonna smell like cranberries.
What does it smell like? Fucking
It's
like
like cranberries.
a blanket
Dried
with jizz on it.
cranberries.
No, it smells like cranberries, like dried cranberries. Dude, you're so funny.
I think
Like,
I am
you're-
funny.
You're funny, dude.
Thank you, bro.
You're so funny, dude.
I think I am funny as fuck in my head.
I still think the shit sculptures is your true calling, but
Dude,
Yeah,
I
I
was
do.
thinking
We'll
about
figure it
like a
out.
cum painting would be sick as fuck.
that's what I was thinking first. Is like
Doesn't
some
Jackson Pollock do that shit?
yeah,
He already did
I
that.
hope not, because
some
I'm
real
about to do it.
splatter art.
Jackson Pollock already did scatter plots.
Yeah.
All right, well I'm coming to
Jack-
this Scatter
Jackson
Plots
Pollock,
Volume
Jackson
2.
Pollock was
dude.
actually a mathematician.
But
dude.
what
He
if you did? You know how
created
the
scatter plots?
the opening scene was like a an alleyway like arch, right?
In my movie?
Yeah.
No, it's a village. It's kids
Oh.
running through the forest in the rain at nighttime. They like went away because their parents didn't want them to leave the house. They ran through the forest just trying to play as a little brother and sister. They come across the house. They see something lit. They look in. It's a witch. They get captured. That's the end of the intro scene.
All right, I got a promo.
Go on.
It's thank you for your permission. It's a
Anything, bud.
you know how
You
like
funny guy.
do you
Anything
remember
for
how
you.
2 Chainz did like a trap house?
Yeah.
Could be like something like that. You get cool hip artists in there to draw some witches or some
Yeah.
shit on all the rooms. That's
That'd be
my
cool.
promo.
They
Like a
did, like, the-
locational
They did
locational
like the
promotion.
Barbie dream house in Malibu for the movie.
Yeah,
but
that
it's
could
in
be cool.
Salem, Mass.
Yeah, exactly.
That could be cool.
Really fuck up that town again.
I really fuck them
Yeah.
up. Just fucking.
You thought you guys were done with this?
Just be absolute
Nope.
terrorists.
I'm a witch, you bitch.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to deal with me now.
Yeah, you
We'll-
got
we'll-
it, dude.
We'll get you in there.
That's what we'll do. You'll be the actor. You'll be the actor.
I'm a witch.
Somebody will open the door and they just go, "I'm a witch,
All
you
right.
bitch."
I'm a witch, you bitch. Welcome in.
Dude,
Want
All
some kids' blood?
I'm in,
Shit.
dude.
We got
Just a
some,
guy witch.
got some youth
Has
blood.
there ever
Well,
been a guy witch?
Yeah, actually, it's funny you say that. I was looking
Yeah,
into.
yeah. They're called
So-
Wiccans.
Yeah, are there actually?
Warlocks.
Oh shit! Yeah, guy witches are world. Yeah, I was looking into the Salem witch trials when I was writing this, and it turns out there were actually 5 men who were killed in the Salem witch
Yeah.
trials for
Wow.
accused of being witches. 19 women, 5 men.
Dead?
Killed. Yeah.
Yeah, you think in 1600, like a woman could do anything without a man doing it first?
Yeah. I mean, there had to be
No.
guys had to be capable of it. You know what I mean?
Even a guy that had nothing to do with it was like, "Look, I can't let them take all the credit."
they literally just killed.
did that.
yeah.
They just killed a big buff daddy because they didn't know
Yeah.
how he got so ripped. Like he must be.
No, yeah,
witchcraft.
there was a guy who I think he's one of the characters in the Crucible. His final words as they were putting like pallets of like not pallets but like slabs of like stone on him, they literally crushed him to death.
Yeah.
His final words were "more weight."
Just a buff
Yeah.
daddy, dude. So hot.
They go, "Do you have
Dude
anything to
should've
say for
fucking-
yourself?" And he just said "more weight," and they put another slab on him, and he just
The
poofed.
women
Dude
got
should have
wet.
got in the gym.
The actual
before.
witch got wet when she saw that.
yeah.
She was like, "Holy shit, that guy's making me cum water."
Did he say Norway?
Nor wet, more wet.
You want me more wet?
He said, "Get more wet."
I don't think I can. Yeah.
No.
All right.
You said, yeah, no.
We'll wrap this up. We're at like an hour and a half, so
All right, yeah.
my
Way
pitch.
too far.
Like a crime thriller So in real time, we follow aspiring PI Jimmy Teagues as he witnesses a hit and run and tracks the perp as they attempt an escape throughout the state of California. So this
Can
guy,
you say that one more time?
in real time, we follow aspiring PI Jimmy Teagues as he witnesses a hit and run and tracks the perp as they attempt an escape throughout the state of California.
Okay, awesome.
So he lives in like LA, probably in like the 80s, 90s. Because I don't want like cell phones to be around yet. And he witnesses somebody run somebody over and kill them. And he tracks them down because he's like it just follows them. And as they like flee, they like go up north. They like try to escape. And he just like keeps following them because he's like, I'm not going to let him get away. Because like, he's like in his probably like early 20s, maybe like mid 20s. And he's like, I really want to be doing this. He probably tried out to be like a cop or like a detective and like got sent away because he's like probably like autistic or something. Probably fucked up in some way. Not that that's fucked up, but you know, they're not.
Back
right.
in the day, they were more prone.
He's a little nutty, this guy.
A little nutty.
And so he follows this perp, and the movie's called Crawl, which I kind of like the name of it. And then I think it's that alligator movie. You know what I'm talking about?
It is, yeah.
Right.
It's also a Gambino song.
Whatever. The song's fine, but there's another movie called
Yeah. It's the one
It's a
with the
very deep
frog.
word.
Crawl.
Like
Yeah.
crawl is a very meaningful word.
Because
I
like,
feel like
I like the movie happening in essentially like there will be cuts, but pretty much real time. Like it takes place in one day,
Yeah.
and he's following him, and like as he like goes up north and tries to flee. And yeah, I don't want him like constantly talking to people, but I think like once in a while when they stop for gas, stop for whatever, he'll like hit a payphone and like be talking to people. And I think he's like gonna be abandoning something important that's supposed to be going on that day, but he's doing it because like this is what he wants to be doing with his life. And he thinks like maybe if he can do this successfully, he'll be able to transition into a career of doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it just because it's
I
like,
like it.
yeah, it's
And I like-
classic chase,
yeah.
dude.
And we get like glimpses of like who this perpetrator is, like because like it's all gonna be from this guy's perspective. So like we don't like hear what this guy's thinking or like saying in his car.
The bad guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like as he like stops for gas, like we see like if he's manic at all, if he's like calm after this has all happened, like he very like it's not even like a question like he killed this person.
Yeah. I got an interesting idea. It would be like, yeah, like you progressively get a grasp on like his level of intelligence, the guy.
Yeah.
Like you think that he's just like some dickhead who ran some over and
Right.
over and didn't notice.
But you
you
probably
find
find
out
out at
there's-
some point it was on purpose. Like
yeah,
this
it
was
was
like
on
a
purpose.
hit.
There's something. There's
Yeah.
some deeper layer to it.
ooh, that's
why it
great.
happened.
That's cool.
Yeah.
'Cause I think he's gonna stumble. I mean, I don't think
It
it'd
has
be
to be
that
complicated.
Yeah.
It can't just be simple
Right.
and cut and dry.
And I think he's gonna like stumble upon like something bigger than it really is. Like,
Yeah.
this was an organized hit. The person that he ran over was somebody much more important than he probably originally thought of, like some sort of
Or
politician
like even
or something like that.
that person who got hit and killed was like actually kidnapped by the person who hit them, and they just happened to get out of their car and try to
Yeah, yeah.
escape, and then they killed him instead of just because there was the person who's driving the actual murderer is just so mad that they escaped their
Mhm.
trunk that they fucking just kill him and go on,
Yeah,
and it's like a whole deeper layer, like a serial killer or something. Yeah, I think there's a lot of options
Yeah.
with that. That's cool. I have an idea.
and like the story will unravel for the audience, like as it does for the main character.
yeah, for sure. You learn more as it goes. Yeah, just
I
progressive.
love movies like that where like I know I've been talking about Seven all week, but like we don't know more than the main characters do.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
you're not in on like I mean obviously dramatic irony is like a thing because it like is a good thing because it
You
works,
only know what
but,
you've
like,
witnessed.
Right.
Yeah, you only know what you've witnessed.
Yeah. But I think that makes for a much more interesting movie is like if the audience is less in the know than the main character.
Yeah, or as much, just
Yeah.
equally as much. You know, equally as
Right.
much as whoever is in the perspective. I have a good merchandising idea if you don't already have one. Back in the day when I was younger, Hot Wheels used to have these cars that would they could bend.
Yeah, yeah.
And you could see like the crash. It was supposed to like simulate a crashed car. Excuse me, Jesus Christ, burping the mic. I think that would be cool. Like the car
Yeah.
of the assailant.
Like a model with like some blood on it and like a broken out like headlight.
You could bend it back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it would like fix itself, and then you could bend it, and it would pop back out of place.
Hmm.
That'd be cool. That's immediately what I thought when you were talking about it.
I think like you remember like the viewfinders where you'd put like it was like a little like binocular almost looking thing, and you would put like a slideshow and it
Yeah,
would
yeah, yeah.
click through it.
What the
I
fuck
think-
is that shit called, dude? The
Oh,
It's a
real.
that's
viewfinder.
sick.
It's called a viewfinder.
Pretty sure. And I'm thinking like one that's like shaped like binoculars, like classic like black binoculars. But as you like click something, it'll like scroll through like stills from the film.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
cool.
sick.
Or like
Yeah.
the
That's
crash
fucking
happening.
sick,
Yeah, yeah.
dude. I fucking love that shit, dude.
I appreciate it, man.
That's sick.
It's pretty good. I like
yeah,
that.
I liked it.
What was the title?
Crawl.
The crawl,
Oh.
dude.
What was the title of yours?
We didn't have a title.
No, you said one.
Oh,
Oh yeah, well we said a few.
they didn't really work.
What was it? I forget what we said.
Waves and graves.
Oh yeah,
Waves and
that's stupid.
graves.
Yeah, that's dumb as hell.
I was trying to
Um,
think of like something that had to do with like music and like like movies that have to do with the end of the world.
Mm.
I know it's a Vietnam movie, but like Apocalypse Now could be like Apocalypse Sound.
Mm.
Yeah,
Better than Waves and Graves.
yeah, definitely better than Waves and Graves. I don't know how
great.
good it is
Waves and
on a scale of 1 to
Graves.
10, how high it ranks. But
Waves and Graves is
Yeah.
fire.
fuck,
Yeah, I
man.
think those are good ideas.
Yeah,
I think those are,
I think there's a
Reproducible
I'm gonna- I
films.
wish you would have wrote it down or had it written down, maybe had a better title. But you know, you can't ask everything from your guests.
no, the idea was good.
Yeah, they can't ask everything. They're not always gonna be exemplary guests. But thanks, bro.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate you coming in. We appreciate
I
you.
think I
joining.
appreciate you more coming in.
We appreciate you joining in.
I'm gonna come all over this place.
Okay.
I would appreciate you not.
Thank
Yeah,
Thank you, Mr. Mark.
yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank
Thank-
no, for real
yeah.
though. Thanks for
Yeah, thanks for
coming and
coming
joining
on.
us.
It's always a good time with the guys.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And baby, we've gone again.